welcome to Newport. Welcome to Rugby Parade. It's Ireland against Wales, live on BBC Scrum 5. Fireworks, expectation, desire. That win is needed, and we cannot overemphasize enough the simple fact that these teams pre-tournament looked at that third position. Wales have already lost to Scotland. Ireland know they get 2 on the bounce here, and that is their position locked in. It's now, of course, time for the national anthems.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, could you please now stand for the national anthem of Ireland? And now the anthem cenedlaethol ni. Now our national anthem, singing with pride, Hyn Wlad fy Hanner.
So, these here teams. Wales, interestingly, have preferred Kelsey Jones to Caris Phillips at hookup. Other notable change in the forwards, George Evans switching to lock, Alex Callender, all action, back rower, coming in at 8. Late change, Lakey George replacing Kaylee Powell at 10. Courtney Keat remains at centre. It's a settled back 3. with Wales and how she would love to taste a victory at home against their great rivals. So much optimism and enthusiasm surrounding Irish rugby. Our referee, Lauren Jenner, is a Kiwi representing Italy. We're all set. Round 4, 6 nations. What an afternoon to do it. Glorious in Newport. Thank George gets us underway. Wales against Ireland. The ball is allowed to bounce. And here's the key player. The one player we will be highlighting all afternoon. Aoife Wafer for Ireland. Ball does not find touch. Instead, it's the dangerous, electric Jasmine Joyce, and Jasmine Joyce butchers is felled. And now Wales will build their first attack through Abby Fleming. Kira Bevan just looked right, went left. Alex Callender. Bevan. Hannah Jones at first receiver. Bethan Lewis. Not the most sympathetic of passes. And the momentum's been lost a little bit. Pearce. Such an improvement in her contribution to Wales over the last 3 or 4 seasons. Off the right wing is Lisa Neumann. Turned over. Ireland will look to set and go from here.
Stay down.
Instructions by some to kick it, but then again to give it some width. Costigan backs her pace. She's got some as well, and the strength. But Hannah Jones just marshalled her. Knew she was slightly isolated. Big carry in midfield. All action from Dorothy Wall. Players will be blowing already after 1.5 minutes. Penalty.
Off it.
And finally, I get to say
No, we're happy with the
good
play.
afternoon to Philippa Tetiat.
Good afternoon. Yeah, really looking forward to this one. There's always been such great encounters between these two teams. We tend to know whoever plays at home usually has the advantage. The Wales are going to be relying on that a lot today. Coming into this game, Ireland are just that bit more in form, that bit more settled squad, but that was a fantastic exit there from Jasmine Joyce.
And the bounce favoured Wales. Strange to think that a year ago Wales travelled to Cork full of hope. The new dawn was in place for Welsh rugby. With contrast, they were thought of as being a year ahead of Ireland, who'd introduced central contracts a little bit later. And Ireland have gone from strength to strength, and Wales in a bit of a quagmire. Good clean possession for Ireland. There's Costigan. Slipped off Kayleigh Jones' tackle. A little switch of direction. O'Brien. It's an interesting kick, and Cleaky George allows it to bounce. She's got no angle to play with. That's deflected. All onside. Scuffer McCabe. Ball in one hand, drifting a little bit. Tackled by Jones. Ball is out.
Ball is out.
Yu Gang. O'Brien. Good carry, a good tackle on Hogan. Ireland looking comfortable. O'Brien on the far side. There's an opportunity here. McGann still going. Ireland's first real attack of this game. Slightly stilted. Good carry from McCann again. Lovely pass to Neve Jones, but he was forward. Referee was out there, and Zhu Gang's pass was deemed to be just in front of the line, much to the annoyance of her and her teammates, because Ireland were cooking.
Yeah, frustration for the Irish fans there. They probably thought there was a shoe-in with that break down the outside edge. All came from that really nice kick in behind of Cleaky George, put a pressure on, couldn't exit, and then Ireland played open. And they were just seeing that forward pass. Because Neve Jones, the lady with the ball then, you can pretty much guarantee within 3 or 4 meters of the try line, her strength, her power, her low centre of gravity, she usually does score. So that's a reliever for Wales.
Get off! Get off! Watch it!
Alex Callender forced to peel away at scrum time. She got out of trouble. Now Wales' job will be to get out of trouble. No panic. Gwenllian Pearce with another carry. George. This time she gets purchase on the kick. And it's a very effective kick. But Costigan's going to go here. Long stride by her. Lovely cut angle by Dalton. Ireland in the driving seat. But Wales get the penalty, and Courtney Keat blasts a scream of delight, announcing that Wales have something going their way.
Oh, brilliant work on the ground there from the Welsh team. It was a lovely line, like you say, cutting against the grain. Just unfortunately, the other Irish players were a little bit too slow to react, to get in and over the ball to protect it. Wales sniffed there was an opportunity and made the most of it.
Five.
Yeah, it's that type of weather today. You need a hat and shades. Feels like a May, June afternoon. Which has been saying something after the week of rain we've had in Wales. George Evans, thank you, George. A little bit crabby cross field there. But Neumann, thank you, George, just pushes the ball through. It's a horrible ball as well to deal with. And spelt and try. Well, it came from nothing, and Caris Cox in disbelief, but the ball just rolled in front of her, and Wales have entered Ireland's 22 once, and they have a try.
What a brilliant opportunistic try there from Wales. I mean, I say that, but Cleiki George was very precise with her kick. She knew exactly what she was doing with that ball. A low grounding trajectory to make sure the ball just bubbled low along the ground, which makes it so hard to field in black play. Just watch her, see how she drives it into the ground, ensuring that it's a low bobbling ball, and Amy Lee Costigan there with the strapping on her leg does her best to get there. But a great follow-up hit from Jasmine Joyce, just dislodges the ball, and then Caris Cox there to make the most of it.
Opportunism at its very best, and that slices the post, and Wales somehow are up by 7. I think it's worth noting with Costigan running back there that she's trying to let the ball run over the try line, isn't she?
I'm not quite sure. She is watching it very closely, but I think she can also sense, and I love that. We're just seeing there Sean Lynn, head coach. I love a head coach that actually shows his emotion. He's happy to see that one scored.
Well, that may have rattled Ireland. Here's Cleiki George. She might have been shaken when her first kick was charged down, and she's put two very effective nudges since.
Yeah, the Gloucester Hartbury fly half,
Again,
renowned for her ability
Yeah.
to put in 50-22s, kicking the ball so long from within her own 22 that you then get the ball back into your possession if it goes out in the opposition's 22. She's got a really strong kick. It's a great weapon for Wales to utilise.
Slick ball for Ireland. O'Brien took it to the line. Sided against it. Little dog leg. Zhu Gang exploits. Powers through. Legs pumping. Ball placed. They're queuing up here are the Irish forwards. And there are options right and left. They go right. Good footwork. Brilliant work. And McGann is through thanks to Flood. Big tackle though, and Wales flood the breakdown. Ball knocked on, and Ireland again get to the 22, but come away with nothing.
And it's big hits at the moment, isn't it? Those big collisions, just stifling play. Here we see from captain Hannah Jones, low drive, connection, shoulder into the hips, but the key there is that her hands go under the player's legs, so she actively lifts the player up as she drives her, which gives her the momentum to push her back and put her down on the ground.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Again, pressure on the Wales scrum. Pounder with very little option, and Kira Bevan just pumps it down the field, and the bounce works for her. Well, Ireland had a tough afternoon against the Red Roses at scrum time last weekend, but they're painting a picture of a dominant force at scrum time today.
Yeah, that's going to be a key battle area today. To be fair, through the Six Nations, both teams have gone pretty well. Don't get me wrong, they've been shaken against the likes of England, but any team in the world will get shaken at the scrum when they go up against England. But
time's off.
They're pretty solid, pretty
stay
steady.
And sit, because it was a big gap. Move the hooker across if need be, okay? Yep. Time's on.
Well, Niamh Jones has had enough time to think about this one. No competition from Wales. And Ruth Campbell places it down, and Scuffer McCabe searches and tries to dig for that ball.
It's a tackle! It's a tackle!
Wales have to be careful not to handle that ball on the ground. All very untidy.
No, back!
Staccato. And playing the 9 there.
You've got advantage.
Scoble will be penalised. Ireland just putting pressure on the Wales defence. Quick possession. Little kick through. They know the advantage is coming, and Jenny Scoble will be clipped for that one.
Yeah, she will. So you might have heard there, playing the 9. You cannot touch the 9 when they come in to get that ball away from the ruck area.
3, entry.
We want to encourage positive rugby. We want that ball, when it goes down onto the ground, to be up and back in play, having people running around, doing exciting things with it. There's Jenny Scoble there. Just thought that maybe she could disrupt play a little bit, but got caught by the referee. So penalty against Wales. Ireland's ball.
Dan O'Brien, touch finder. She's growing as a presence for Ireland, isn't she?
Oh, absolutely. Only 22 years old, and she is the fly half for the future. I think she really came into her own last round against England. It was a hard day at the office. Fantastic first half effort from Ireland, but her kicking at times really relieved some pressure. She's now developing that attacking game as well, attacking kicking game, getting Ireland into the right places of the field.
Dorothy Wall fakes the jump and then supports Campbell, and that ball is messy and untidy, and Niamh Jones has no option but just to blanket that pill. Wall. Wales were seemingly offside because there were bodies all on the other side of the ruck, whether or not it was intentional or not. It's worked in their favour. Strange old kick from Thaiki George. There's a good old kick by Thaiki George. And Neumann has Hannah Jones. Well, high risk, high reward. Here's George Evans, who'll keep punching away the ball at hand. Now it's Thaiki George again. She's showing all her tricks this afternoon.
On now.
Flood allows it to bounce. 50-22 is on. And there's Flood then this time. Looking for support. Costigan, good tackle. Jasmine Joyce butchers, and there's a player on the ball. The kick, then the chase, then the work at the breakdown. It's the Welsh backs doing it for Wales now.
They certainly are, aren't they? Thaiki George picked up an injury earlier in Six Nations, so Kayleigh Powell stepped in, and now it's been the flip reversal. Kayleigh Powell unfortunately picked up an injury, so Thaiki stepped in, and she now wants to prove a point. She wants to get that jersey back. Look at this cross-field kick. Very ambitious from your own 22. I dare say if Lisa Neumann, the winger who caught that, was up against any other winger in the world, she probably would have made some ground, but Amy Lee Costigan's one of the fastest there is.
Back to play, and Wales looking to build on that strike. One visit, one score to Ireland's 22.
Hold it.
Now it's lost its shape a little bit.
Out now.
Scoble just pushing a white hand out the way.
Stay here.
Where is that ball? That's the key point. It's there for Kira Bevan. Bevan snipes. Neumann saw the door open, and now it's turnover ball, and Ireland could be away.
Advantage.
This game is
Use
teetering,
it.
Philippa. You just feel that something big is about to happen. And both sides looking to play as well. Here we go.
No advantage.
Penalty.
Tackle, no clear release.
Knock on in the tackle there, please.
Well, I was happy with that.
You're happy
yep,
with that?
yep.
Okay, you're in there, Linda.
Kira Bevan, who's not skipper,
No.
just to put a little question in there.
Yep.
Touch is missed. Jasmine Joyce Butchers. It's just a gasp
No
of
release,
anticipation
tackle
when she
release.
gets hands in the ball, on her the ball. Pierce, thank you, George.
Tackle!
Changed her mind at the last minute.
Advantage.
McCarthy's going to be penalised here. Bevan just looks at
Keep
free
that
play,
number early,
free
please.
shot for Wales. Keat, Hannah Jones.
Tackle! She's fine, but there's no advantage. No advantage. Just here? Did you get the number?
You can already see so many players with
Tackle,
hands
not
on
rolling.
hips. This has been a really frantic opening 15 minutes, full of intensity. Really exciting for the viewers, but this is going to be a hard intensity to sustain for the full game.
Okay. Last one. Okay. Thank you. No problem.
This is Lauren Jenner, Kiwi, representing Italy. Partner, Scott
Nice, girls,
Scrafton,
numbers.
plays for Benetton. And now she's in the middle today, and that's untidy and unforced from Wales. McCarthy with the carry. Another crossfield kick.
All on.
All on, says the referee. This could work for Ireland. McGann offloads it. Ireland are away. McGann again. Got the pass from Flood. Scuffing McCabe. Wafer. Calendar just disrupting at break time. That just slowed down possession for Ireland. Those little things make so much of a difference. It wasn't forward, says the referee. Dorothy Wall. There's a ball on that. There's a body on that ball. And Kate Williams is the player who gets up and celebrates with her teammates, and that's what a flanker, a proper old school flanker, does best.
Yeah, Kate Williams has been having a fantastic Six Nations. When there was talk of Alex Callender coming back into the squad, because this is the first time we're seeing her in this Six Nations, she's been injured. There was a lot of chat about who is going to make way for her. And Kate Williams has done so much for Wales so far that she holds on to her jersey.
Well, born in Swansea, moved to Auckland at 4, and then after one game for the Auckland Blues, spotted, found the Welsh connection, and shipped over here to become a Wales international. Beautiful ball, wasn't quite caught at the top, at the tip. So Ireland, who've enjoyed plenty of possession. Another crossfield kick to Costigan, who's in space. Costigan has Jasmine Joyce Butchers to beat. She gets the pass inside, and Dalton knows that the try line was beckoning.
Ball on the ground. You got your penalty.
Oh, wasted opportunity for Ireland there. Brilliant little crossfield kick into Amy Lee Costigan's hands. There was the support play on the inside as well.
Missed touch again. Stacey Flood. All in slow motion here, but it's working well, and Flood is away. And here's Wafer. Wafer dummies, tackled by Neumann. Excellent work by the winger. But Wafer stays on the ground. Pierce flies into the breakdown. Best opportunity to score for Ireland. Dorothy Wall. Almost a quarter of the match played.
Advantage. Sorry.
Play slowed down by Wales illegally, and that's a try. Jugan steamrolled over the Welsh defence, and Ireland get reward for the possession they've had in this match. Wales 7, Ireland 5.
That was a brilliant bit of play from Ireland. And that just showed everything that we've been talking about in the development of Irish rugby. Exciting backs there. This lady, Aoife Wafer, fantastic. She's having a standout tournament. World Rugby's dream team player last year. And then Linda Dujiang, strong carry. The Welsh defence coach not going to be happy with that. There were players there, look. Oh, you can just see Kelsey Jones. She's going on the ball. There's a player to her right's gone low. She thinks I'll go in on the ball. But neither player really fully committed on that.
Conversion successful. All square, 7-all, 20 minutes played. I think there'll be some finger pointing there.
That's a soft one. That really is a soft try to take there. Don't get me wrong, Linda Dujiang, she's a strong, hard runner, but there were players there, there were Welsh bodies there, they should have done better.
Where is the missed tackle? A miscommunication or just simply missed here?
No, just missed there. Look, you can see Georgia Evans goes low, Kelsey Jones goes high. That's absolutely fine. Two players teaming up on a tackle, but it's more of a side hit from Georgia. She needed just to get her body in front so her momentum hits the player back.
Bit of treatment for Stacey Flood. Another 7 specialist. So many in this Ireland back line who have got so much experience playing the 7 circuit, and you can see it from the way they play the game.
Yeah, I mean, Stacey Flood, she can kick, she's got a huge kick on her, but her first thought will always be, can I run it? Where's the space? And then you've got Amy Lee Costigan on the wing, the first ever Irish player, male or female, to score over 200 tries on the World 7 series. So really talented sevens players in this team.
And then you have Aoife Wafer, who's the antithesis of sevens rugby, but just as effective. She is straight, hard and powerful. Anyway, this ball is still in play. The ball has been in play a lot this game. There'll be some tired bodies already. Getting or hitting touch is optional, Philippa, this afternoon.
Yeah, it seems to be the game plan for both teams, doesn't it?
Stacey Flood, again, kept alive. Dalton, to be ruining that drop catch earlier. Nice handling, backs and forwards combining. Hogan with the initial carry. Neve Jones, smallest player on the pitch. She certainly punches above her weight. O'Brien, very stylish kicking style as well. Neumann needs to be careful. Hesitation, and she's isolated. Support eventually arrives. Slow ball. Not what you want when you're a tight head prop in your own 22. Right, this kick gives Flood another opportunity to counter. Spots a prop in front of her and space behind the defence. Will be coming back.
No advantage, 1 offside. Number 1,
Gwerthian
offside.
Pearce has been called here. Presumably she didn't do enough work in running back then.
Yeah, I think so, but I think both teams are actually quite relieved at the little break.
Well, this is straight in front of the post, but O'Brien goes to the corner. Should be disappointed with that kick, though.
Yeah, left footer.
Numbers early,
I think she just wanted to be sure, didn't she?
Numbers, please. Numbers.
Yeah, it's going Cleanne Pearce. Remember her sister as well, Aloe Pearce. Might make an appearance off the bench, number 20. What a talented family they are.
Ireland, Wafer, McMahon. Shugang looking for a second. Good tackle on her. There's Kate Williams with that hit. Bethan Lewis has turned it over. Wales look at the goal. from deep. Cox has got one try already. Beats one defender, and the second, and the third. Wales have numbers here if they want to go. But Ireland have slowed down possession illegally. One intriguing test match, Philip Atatia.
Yeah, it's living up to the hype at the moment, isn't it? Like we said, it's always so close between these two teams, and it's fantastic that we've got two teams that really want to play positive rugby. We talked about the intensity so far, how much the ball has been in play. That's their ambition, like we see here.
Kept alive again. Jasmine Joyce Butchers. Chip ahead. Does not find green space. Stacey Flood. Scrabbled down eventually. Wafer. Aoife Wafer. World Dream Team of the Year last season in her debut season at International Rugby.
She's rolling. You're holding her in.
Bethan Lewis agrees with the referee that she was trying to get away at ruck time there. She still managed to slow down the ball for Ireland.
Hold. On ya.
Try scorer, Carlos Cox. Ball in one hand. There's an Irish ball on that hand on that ball.
Holding.
And it's Ruth Campbell. Well, Ireland have had a succession of quality locks, one of which, Erin King, is out injured, pulled out before this game. But Ruth Campbell can certainly shift around the park.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and just a moment for Erin King, such an exciting young player. She was World Rugby's Breakthrough Player of the Year last season. Unfortunately, sustained a knee injury in last round, which not only rules her out of the Six Nations, it also rules her out of the World Cup. So from behalf of the rugby community, wishing her well, a speedy recovery, and can't wait to see you back fit, healthy and strong when you're ready.
No problem. No problem. Okay, time's on again. There was a ball on the pitch. Okay?
Dorothy Wall,
Move!
line-out caller for Ireland.
No.
And now she's working as a shield to protect that ball, but there's a Wales hand on it. It just slowed things down a little bit. Big collision in midfield, McMahon. Oh, that was messy and untidy. And she did not expect that pass. Meanwhile, just looking around, there are a couple of forwards already walking, Philippa. The weather, the pace, the lack of break time, I think is just starting to sting already.
Yeah, and you've also got to consider the weather conditions. This is a warm day out there. It's probably the hottest game they've played so far this year. It's all going to take its toll on it. Both teams throughout the Six Nations have had some really good first half performances, but both teams have them faded away in the second half. So it is going to be the team that can live with this type of tempo and intensity for the full game that are going to win this.
Well, last week it was like June in Newport, and then a couple of days ago it was more like February. But today I think it is mid-April weather. Glorious conditions for rugby. Barely a breeze in the sky. No excuses. Artificial pitch as well. And here's Slakey George. Not for the first time. Straight to Flood. Flood. Costigan. She goes looking for support, but looking to beat the player. Now she gets it. O'Brien. Again, ball goes to ground from Ireland. Those chances are being blown. Campbell. Wafer ready to go again. Between two soft shoulders. Create a little gap here. O'Brien taking it to the line. Big contact in midfield. Ireland just building their way into this game. Campbell. Wafer again. Keat goes high. And I think that's a score draw between both of them. Nice pass on Maul. To Hogan. Still they come. Good strength, good power from Dalton. Threatening of the Irish here. McCarthy. A wave follows a wave. Zhugang eyeing up a second try. Wales are doing a lot of defending. A lot of tiring work at breakdown as well, as Gwenllian Pearce attempts to slow down possession.
No, yes, you can.
Wales so they can counter, and Alice Callender had hands on the ball, but she's dismissed by the referee. Ireland threatening. Ireland asking questions of the Wales defence. Keeping it tight.
No, leave it.
Less than a metre now.
Ball's there.
Wall, wafer. No stopping her.
Try.
Multi-phased. Backs, forwards, patience, and then the power of Aoife Wafer. And from a metre out, it takes some strength to stop the bulldozing. Powerhouse that is this young woman.
Yeah, she really is something else, isn't she? Lovely build-up play. Stacey Flood again, Amy Lee Costigan linking up, finding space. It was initially a really good scramble from Wales, that you see how many red bodies are flooding that area. But when Ireland get close to the try line, they're such a hard team to hold out. Big physical players, low drive, just gets Aoife Wafer over. Saw a couple of times there, Alex Callender getting hands on the ball.
Successful conversion, 14-7.
And maybe Alex Callender feel a little bit aggrieved a couple of times. Like I say, she had her hands on the ball, but I think this referee wants to show, or wants to see a clear pick, an attempt to actually pick that ball up. She's not going to reward just hands on the ball.
Yeah.
They've got to be on their feet, haven't they?
Correct.
So, like, if they're off their feet, can I go for ball?
No.
There's no rucking because they've gone off their feet?
Yeah, no, you can't.
Yeah.
You still have to be the first on the ball, and then...
Does that make sense? Like, when you're off their feet, there's no ruck?
Yeah, no, I agree, but you still have to stay on and then go for the ball, okay?
Well, there's your answer.
There you go. Yeah, and that's, you know, that's great from Alex Callender, because like I say, there's a couple of times she thought she should have been rewarded. She wasn't getting it, so she's just got clarification now from the referee. Hopefully she can paint the picture the ref wants to see.
Yeah, ball's out.
I'm not sure how on earth Cleaky George managed to regather that ball. If that's deliberate, it's insane.
I dare say it is. Cleaky George, one of the most skillful players, rugby players I know.
But as the play continues, she controlled it with her foot, and then it somehow ended up in the bread basket. Anyway, here she is back in action. And Wales,
Relay screen!
lacking numbers of that breakdown. Here's George again. Here's Hannah Jones.
She's not on the ball.
I feel that Wales just need possession for a while. They've had to do a lot of tackling. Here's Kelsey Jones, forcing the opponents to do the same thing.
Use it!
Akira Bevan shapes the kick here. Flood. Kate Williams brushed away a breakdown. There's no defenders back for Wales, but Bethan Lewis charged up.
Yeah, on.
This time is missed by Cleaky George. Joyce Butchers into the danger zone of a couple of Irish forwards. Yeah, and Zhugang was there as well.
Holding.
And that's the danger when you go hunting for breaks and you're a fullback.
Yeah, difficult, because obviously as one of the fastest players there, you are going to look for those forwards because you think you can use your footwork to maybe getting in and around them. I think it was a bit of a double whammy there for Jasmine Butchers-Joyce. She got tackled just in front of Linda Dujang, so it was pretty much on a plate for her to go for it.
Let's see this. We're trying to figure out if it was deliberate or not.
Absolutely deliberate.
Oh yeah, thank you very much indeed.
Girls, if you're in, you're staying in, okay?
That girl.
Numbers,
honestly.
please, now. Okay, coming in. Coming in.
I thought it was deliberate.
Okay, 5. Time is on.
Okay. Now back to the real detail of rugby. The games are won and lost. Set piece, but Ireland look to bring Wafer into the game. Wales have hands on the ball. But George Evans pushed away. Kate Williams hunting, and Wales get a penalty.
Number 9.
And that's the work from George Evans, who created the uncertainty at the breakdown, allowing the penalty eventually to come via Kate Williams.
You are.
So 7-point game. Does it feel like a 7-point game?
Yeah, I think it does. I think we've seen some really good rugby being played from both sides. I do feel like there's been slightly more breaks from Ireland than we've seen from Wales, so I think that score is pretty reflective.
Messi. Here's George Evans. Back at lock.
4.
And Abby Fleming is pinged there. And that was the epitome of back foot rugby for Wales, and it led to a penalty.
Hang on. Time's off. Get the ball off.
Yeah, as you can just see, she was taking the player beyond the ruck, wasn't she?
5 girls. Inside. Time's on.
Ireland give the impression that they've just slipped into third gear here.
Outside shoulder. And there was a compete.
And this is
Okay.
this is a new law that's
Scramble
in
line
play.
out.
Because Wales competed here, referees are
scrum
therefore
called.
stricter on whether it's straight or not.
Yeah, so if no one
the
had jumped
15.
there, that would actually just been play on. Again, it's a thing
Guys,
from World
on the
Rugby.
15.
They just want to continue play, keep the ball in play time high. So whether it's straight or not, if
sorry,
no one
sorry, guys,
competes,
on the
then it
15
doesn't
over
really
here.
matter, play on. But if you do compete, it has to be straight down the middle of that tunnel.
And it also rewards competing at liner time as well.
Crouch. Bind.
It's only,
Sit.
only the fourth scrum of this game. The Welsh had been creaking
Use
earlier,
it.
and there's a lot of power coming in. So Alex Callender goes straight into O'Brien, and big bump there. Not sure how bothered O'Brien was with making that tackle. But Wales have exited very effectively and efficiently there.
Yeah, really good exit there from Wales. That always used to be an Achilles heel from Wales past sort of 5-6 years, but this is where the likes of Kaylee Powell, Lakey George, really good natural strikers of the ball, can just relieve that pressure. Pushing Ireland now nearly back to the halfway line.
TMO check.
What's the TMO looking at here?
Okay. Okay.
This is Ian
So we're checking
Tempest, the
upright
TMO.
tackle by green 10.
Well,
That's correct.
That might be the tackle
Okay.
on Alex
We're at
Callender.
the screen now, Tempo.
Dan,
Again, your
Dan,
angles now, Lauren.
Dan O'Brien is the 10 here. Well, yeah. Where's the impact here? Chest or chin?
Okay. So guys, for me, we do have head contact. We do have foul play. It will meet yellow card threshold, so it'll be sent for an off-field review. Are you happy with that? Okay. Tempo, we have a decision.
Back to the referee, please. Yeah, back to you, Lauren.
Okay. So we do have head contact. We do have foul play. This does meet yellow card threshold. So 10 green will be sent for an off-field review.
Yeah, okay.
Agreed.
Okay.
It can be, she's passive and moving backwards in the
Okay.
tackle.
It does still meet yellow card threshold. So 10 green. Number 10, sent for off-field review.
Big moment. Dan O'Brien, bunker review, yellow
I'm on
for
the mark
now.
here.
As is, we see in the men's Six Nations,
On the 22.
it
Okay.
can be reviewed, it could be upgraded to red.
No.
Yeah, and the
okay,
real
perfect. I'll come
significance
back.
I find
No,
is
Arlie,
when
we've
that
got- we've
card
confirmed it's
crosses
set
over
here.
2 halves as well, so they've got to start the second half without that player.
So guys, so I am on the mark. So no, that's all right.
So I don't want that anyway. I need to get out of there.
Not going to kick.
Absolutely not.
That tackle can.
Thanks, Tempo.
Wales
Okay,
presumably
on.
will kick to touch
high tackle.
by Lakey George. So, key moment of the first half. George gets the touch. Let's look at this again, then Philippa.
5. Oh, we're holding here. Hold.
Yeah, so the first and
That's a
foremost
great
is
gap.
there contact
This
with
is
the
a good
head?
gap.
Yes, there is. The referee said there was foul play because Dana O'Brien's quite upright. She's high in the first instance. There may be a mitigation because Alex Callender was actually falling as she entered into that collision. So we'll wait to see what the review says.
Alice Cox bursting through, getting it away. Courtney Keats, she looks up. She wanted to get it away. Wales had the opportunity, but an Irish body got in there, and it was Aoife Dalton who clamped onto the ball, and the opportunity is lost.
Oh, gutted for the Welsh fans. That was one offload away from being one of the tries of the tournament. Credit to the Irish defence there. Remember, they were a player down in that back line, so they were always going to be a bit short, working really hard to stifle that attacking opportunity for Wales. Lovely little stutter pass there from Ciara Bevan, a breakthrough from Keris Cox. The offload there, just needed one more offload, and you could see, look, Georgia Evans, Hannah Jones, they were there.
On the line, guys.
Such a shame. Now, some might wonder if there was clear release from that Irish player, but deemed in the eyes of the referee that it was, so she was able to go onto that ball.
Neve Jones to the front.
Ball! Out. Out.
Is Ireland now
Advantage.
will be clock watching, but Gwenllian Pearce has given away a needless penalty.
Yeah, that's one.
Dalton. Ireland at close
Still advantage
quarters
for
seem
one
to
side
be
to treat the ball.
making just the extra yardage compared to Wales,
No
but we'll be
advantage.
coming back.
Number 1, entry. At the maul. Okay. Yeah. Number 1.
And number 1 is Gwenllian Pearce. There she is, as noted. Sister on the bench. Only the 9 siblings in the Pearce family.
Man, the Easter Bunny must have been busy this morning.
Number 1. Number 1. Entry.
Decent 7 squad.
Yeah, you were fine. Yeah, not you either. Okay.
So, Ireland, despite being down to 14 women,
8.
have an opportunity to end the half with a score. Wales competes, and it's a disrupted line-out for Ireland. Clock is red. This is it. Dorothy Wall, been a competitive half. Ireland had more of the ball, and if anything, found weaker shoulders and broken more tackles, but Wales are still in this game. Now, this is a key moment of the match. Pearce brushed away. Dorothy Wall plays outside her. She backed herself. She's within a metre.
Advantage.
Final action of the half. Wales killing the ball. Referee spots it. Allows advantage.
Clearly
Held up.
No advantage.
Right, and the referee may go to a pocket here.
Off. What are we doing? Tapping?
It's going to be a tap. Clock is red. Hogan takes it, assumes responsibility. She's within a metre, wait for her on a second. This time she's repelled. They go back the other way to Dorothy Wall, who splashes over. 3 tries before half-time for Ireland. 3 tries for 14 players. What a huge, huge moment in this game. And it's Dorothy Wall the lock.
That's a massive moment for Ireland. To score just before the end of the first half, if you had all your players on the pitch, is huge. But the fact they did it with a player in the bench, just resorting to their type, what's been working for them so far in this game. Keep it tight, low drive. It's worked for them before and it's worked for them again.
Conversion. That's a great kick. And that was Enya Breen. With O'Brien in the bench, Ireland had to turn to a new keeper, a new kicker. Wafer scored a try. All tries for Ireland scored by the forwards. Jugang, Wafer and Wall. Caris Cox for Wales, and they scored half-time. The 14 players of Ireland 21, Wales 7.
They'll get something. I don't think they'll be happy the way they performed. They're under no illusion that this is their final home game before they play the World Cup. They've got to get something from this, and they won't let it go easy.
And Sean Lynn will be firing them up in that change room. We've always seen a reaction from them after the half-time.
Sean Lynn will be firing them up in the changing room. You have been warned. Thank you very much. Back we to commentary then. Philippa Titiet and Gareth Rhys-Owen.
Welcome back to Rodney Parade. Wales is home. Second time Wales have played here in the home Six Nations. We're going to wait.
Okay, guys, so we're on here now. We
Result.
have a decision from the bunker. The yellow card will remain a yellow card because it's not a high degree of danger. Okay? Thank you.
All very civil and polite. But the result is that Dan O'Brien will return back to face Wales after this incident. Yellow, not red. We'll come back to that in 3 or 4 minutes when O'Brien returns to the field of play. But now, Philippa, 14-point match. Notable that the statistics of the first half, as Lleici George this time took her time. Not sure her forwards will be ever so grateful for that. Because Liam Pearce has to carry. Statistically, most things in favour of Ireland that first half, Philippa.
Yeah, absolutely. They had 60% possession, and needless to say, that meant that they passed twice as much as Wales. They carried twice as much as Wales. The only thing that Wales was ahead on was the amount of tackles that they made, nearly double the amount that Ireland had to make. And we know it's so much harder to defend than it is to attack. We talk about the intensity of that first half, which is the team that can sustain that for the full game. Well, Wales has certainly got the harder job there. They're going to be far more fatigued after that first half. Possession is key for them now, because we've seen what they can do in attack. That strike rate in the 22 has been good for Wales. They just need to get hold of that ball and keep it.
Well, win predictor. Pretty solid in what they think.
Keep going. Get that ball.
To score just before half-time was so important for Ireland. And remember, they still have 14 players.
It's a tackle! Tackle! It became a tackle, unplayable, green ball. Team moving forward. It became a tackle, green was moving forward, it was unplayable, green ball, okay? Green was moving forward. Yeah, it was no longer a maul when they came off.
But you know when you flag someone off before a game,
yeah,
and then you look at the stats at half-time and go, 14 carries, 115 metres made. I can't really remember. Generally, when metres made, Philippa, are counted, the 100+ metres account for interception, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. You normally only see your fullback who gets them because they're running it deep out of the 22. You don't see a tight forward making that kind of meterage, but that is E for Wafer.
Binds!
I'd suggest he's only playing in third gear at this point in time.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
We just need to allow her
which
to
is a bit
get it
scary
lined up,
for
okay?
Wales.
Okay. No?
Yeah, all smiles if you're in green this afternoon. I'm not sure if we needed to see those feet, but there we go. It's his prerogative. It's one of those days. I guess you need to enjoy it, Philippa, the weather, don't you?
Sit. Hinging. Number 3.
Well, Wales not enjoying scrum time at the minute.
Where you are?
And when O'Brien was carded, we spoke about surviving with 14 players for Ireland, and since then, they've just put the squeeze on.
Guys, you're
Yeah,
on the
I think we
line,
might
you
see
need to move
some
over.
substitutions coming on, especially in that front row. It's been a really intense first half, and that front row in particular have made an awful lot of tackles amongst them. They might be starting to feel it.
To the front they go, Ireland.
Ball.
Sniffing a 4th try, a bonus point try, a try to give them daylight, and a try that will lead them towards the W. Dorothy Wall's second, and there was very little resistance. And Rodney Parade suddenly has gone very quiet, apart from the PA.
Brilliant start to the second half there for Ireland, straight away putting on the pressure, go into that set piece that's been really reliable, and we saw it in the first half. If they can get within 3 or 4 metres of that try line, they're never looking to put it out in the backs. They just want to keep it tight, use their strength and power.
Thanks, Tipper.
And to compound things, Ireland will be back to 15 women shortly. And Breen's conversion is unsuccessful. O'Brien will resume responsibilities shortly. The score is 26-7 to Ireland. Scott Beeman, well-respected figure around the game.
Yeah, absolutely, was part of the England coaching setup for many, many years. And then when Ireland finished bottom of the Six Nations, which is quite incredible to think, only back in 2023, he was brought in and straight away had an immediate impact. Seeing them last year beating current World Cup winners, New Zealand. And here we see today in the Six Nations, showing that they're still growing, still development there to do. So really exciting for any Irish fans.
Well, Ireland, as they kick out the ball, have gone through a lot of soul searching, and they sort of narrative similar to the game in Wales. Conflict between the union and the players on strike, players refusing to play, players demanding, well, the basic level of support. They finally got it in 2024. The journey has certainly sprung into action. Keat, a little bit laboured with a pass to swung out to Jasmine. Joyce butchers. Caris Cox in a second. Sensibly just checks inside to avoid that touchline. Fleming. Well, the Ireland defender went even lower than them. Cox just about holds on to the ball. Kate Williams, player and ball at the same time, and counter-rack into Neve Jones. And Ireland are now starting to dominate. Hannah Jones penalised, and that was a telling passage of play there for Philippa.
Frustration there. You can see head coach Sean Lynn thought that was a real opportunity. Wales looking really exciting out in that backfield, out in the 5-metre channel. Oh, it was a lovely looping ball there. Jasmine Joyce not being selfish, putting that ball away, releasing the winger. It was really good work rate on the ground, the counter-racking. And of course, who's that in the red scrum cap? That's Aoife Wafer. She drives the player off.
Stephen, across.
Leaves it there for Neve Jones to pick and go. Hannah Jones tries to get in over it, but couldn't get that ball back.
Unexpected possession. Alex Callender, huge overlap on the far side. If anything, Wales have too many players and they're just going through the hands instead of straightening. Alex Callender. Thank George. Horrible ball to deal with. She did deal with it though. Bevan, Kate Williams. Jenny Scoville had just turned after getting into position and she received the ball, so she had no momentum to carry into contact. Flood. Collision in the air.
For me, both realistic position.
We'll have a look at that again maybe. Because Neumann certainly touched Flood in the air there.
Number 1. You're fine, number 1 has to roll.
And the penalties are
Yeah,
piling
for me, I was
now.
happy with the contest in the air.
Okay.
Okay.
Wales is 13th.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Yeah, thanks, Simbo. Okay.
So here we see that collision in the air.
Rig 3.
It might have touched the ball.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
No, you're not allowed to touch somebody in the air.
No. Referee said that was a genuine contest by both teams, but I mean, I think Lisa Neumann's a little bit lucky there. You can see with her eyes, she's not even looking at the ball and makes contact with the player. That would usually go against someone, but it's play on for now.
Okay, advantage knock on.
Donna Rose is on for Wales.
Yeah. There was no advantage. There was no advantage. It was knocked on by red first, and the line out, then green here. It's a scrum, guys. Green ball, it was knocked on in the air.
There's a warm round of applause there because we've had the rendition of Le Marseillaise in the stadium. Philip, I was told there was a huge contingent of French fans at Judgment Day yesterday, so in all probability they've followed Welsh rugby through the weekend. And here's Donna Rose on at tight head for Wales.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Ireland taking it to the line. Dalton intercepted. Thank George. Hannah Jones intercepted again by McGann. Little detail going in favour of the visitors. There's Enya Breen with a carry. Good footwork, good carry by Mahan. Flood. Ireland already have the bonus point. McCarthy into Donna Rose. Ball. Nice hands from Ireland. Nice angle.
Advantage.
Lovely rugby. Advantage being played for a high tackle, I think. O'Brien.
We have a high tackle from 8
Flood. It's tackle practice now for Wales. Not really throwing any punches.
Advantage.
And Ireland are in cruise control with Dorothy Wall, who's on a hat-trick. Niamh Jones. A sense of foregone conclusion here at Nonny Parade. And then it's a loose pass, but we'll be coming
No
back.
advantage. 8 red, high tackle.
This is quite bruising.
8 red.
It's going to be very hard for Wales to sustain this type of pressure. Coming into the second half, they'd already made double the amount of tackles, and it seems to be continuing that way.
Yeah,
Ireland managing to keep hold of possession so well.
I agree. Correct.
Yeah, 109 to 63.
Okay, guys, red, we're on the line, okay?
Ireland
No, compete,
commanding
replay.
in the second half. And this rolling maul has splintered, but by no means has it stopped its progress towards the try line. But it's held up.
Goal line drop out. Behind.
Brave efforts there from Wales. Very much like the defensive efforts against France last round. The amount of times they managed to hold France up, but inevitably, if the pressure keeps coming, like I think it will here, gaps are going to start to appear.
Brittany Hogan. Wales defending and then defending some more. Calendar tried to steal it. She came in from the wrong side, but they all fancy a goal now to the women in white. Wales just cannot lay a glove on Ireland. And Ireland are now starting to go one by one individually. Everyone fancies a try, a break, an opportunity to score in Rodney Parade.
I'm happy with the timing.
Flood, O'Brien, McGann, Dorothy Wall. Slick from Ireland. Simple, but so effective. Zhugang was not being stopped. And there's a real danger of things getting ugly in Newport, because that try had the sense of inevitability for not just 30 seconds, but 5 minutes before that. Wales are having to tackle for their lives, and Ireland are cruising.
Brilliant pass there from the 9, cuts right across the defensive line. Little bit of misdirection with a short line runner there, but it was always going to be going to Linda Dujang.
No surprises, extras are good, and it's 33-7.
Wales 7, Ireland 33.
That was some score.
Okay, I think she's coming now.
Yeah, like you say, they're just keeping it simple, aren't they? They figured out what's really working for them, keeping it tight, one-up runners when they needed to. They've still, I like the composure by the forward pack. They're not all running in, trying to hog around that ruck area. You've still got players that are standing 5, 10, 15 meters out, offering lines.
Claire Bowles is on, and that means Emily Costigan assumes skipper responsibility like she did against France. Flood. And here is the captain, Costigan.
Tackle!
Zhugang.
Yeah, knock on the ground.
Claire Bowles, and it's just worth noting that since that change for Ireland, not a single player in this Irish lineup is over the age of 30. We've spoken about England and how they may have 1,100 caps in their team, and they're mostly at 27, 28. Well, Ireland are a couple of years behind in terms of progress. A lot of their players on the 20, 30 cap number. That's scrum.
Around on the mark. No.
May give Wales a little boost
Around on
here.
the mark. Is it around on the mark? Well, scrum. You have to go forward first, girls, right? If you want to be rewarded. Okay. Yeah, Dawn. Oh no, she came back up straight away. So for me, that's fine. Crouch. Bind. Set. Use it.
Wales told to use it. Fakey George, Hannah Jones, Keat, Caris Cox. Cox beats her one defender. And McCann just came across some good defensive work by her. And Caris Cox will be very annoyed with us out there.
Yeah, brilliant fend, wasn't it, in the first instance to get around the initial defender. Then a really good low chop tackle sort of dragged her into touch.
Okay.
Lovely step and fend there, gets that high fend in on the shoulder.
I'll allow you to get that next time.
You can just see McGann there making that chop.
She's replaced by number 16, Caris Phillips. And also leaving the field,
Caris Phillips, Natalia Johnnon, Alice Callender has returned from so many niggles and injuries. Is just halted for a little while, and
Thank you so much.
presumably George Evans will now move to midfield, into 8
4-man.
forward.
Yeah, I would have thought so. Bethan Lewis has covered there a couple of times,
Time's
but
on.
the theme of the tournament so far has definitely been George Evans at 8.
Hold, Green. On now.
Ricky George just strokes the ball, and when she turns to that right boot, something quite special about it.
I just love the mannerism. It's as if she's just in the park with her friends. I think I might just put the ball down there for now, if that's all right with everybody.
Time's off.
Just so cool, so calm.
Yeah, it's almost, her reaction is almost, you know, when you nail a golf swing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you try and pretend to be really cool.
Yeah, exactly that. When you've heard the crack that tells you, yeah, that one's going somewhere.
Yeah, you guys need to go square first.
She is actually a good golfer, so that won't surprise you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's one of those annoyingly very skilled players.
Now there's the pause. And Wales are down 33-7. And this is a player who Ireland might be well served in resting and jettoning now and going, yeah, you've done your work. If you can't bump, let's go off.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, she's played a lot of minutes so far in this Six Nations, but classic, that probably summarises her. She'll think she hasn't had a very good game. No doubt she'll still want to prove a point. She'll still have goals in mind. You know, she has a countdown on the front of her phone to not only the start of the World Cup, but also to the start of the very first Women's Lions Tour. It's counting down every hour, every minute, every second, and she wants to look at it every day because those are her two big targets.
Wales through Caris Phillips. Bethan Lewis.
Tackle!
Kira Bevan. Donna Rose. Now they switch. Black. Her first touch. And you know what? She scored. There's a contribution. You come on the field and you tap down, and Wales celebrates like they may have won the game. Got a long way to come back, but they have a second.
Well, you want impact from your bench, and it doesn't get much better than that. Fair play to Hannah Black here. She's fresh legs coming on against some tired legs. Back yourself, test that inside line. Great bit of confidence from the youngster.
Well, she was knocked down on the initial team sheets, with Kaylee Powell starting and Llaki George expected to be in the bench, but she's on, and she's an international try scorer. Conversion, no issues, so Wales are up to 14.
Okay. Yeah, bring them.
Like you say, it's an awful long way to come back from this score deficit, but stranger things have happened, and that's got a lot of smiles on faces. That was badly needed for this Welsh team. So what can they do with this bit of momentum now?
On the field for them, number 16, Keena Maloney, number 17, Sally McGrath, number 18, Christy Himley, number 21, Emily Lane, and number 22.
Ireland have made a host of changes, which we'll work through over the next few minutes, but Kept alive. Breen. Wafer. Never a backward step. Changes in the front row. The complete overhaul of the Ireland's front row.
Advantage.
Fresh legs. Another penalty.
Off it, climb the 9. Okay.
Into the final quarter then. Ireland 5 tries to their name. Wales with the 2, and Ireland just made 6 changes with Higgins, Kinlan on the field, and scrum half Emily Lane, who we saw in action just now.
Carry back, 5 metre scrum.
Well, that was a catalogue of errors. Ireland missed touch, and Wales do their very best through Jasmine Joyce-Butchers to keep the ball alive, and it somehow ends up with a scrum 5.
I'll move out of your way, huh? I'll move up. Crouch! Bind! Standing up. Okay, we need to allow her space to get her bind up, okay? Yeah. Okay, thank you. We'll reset here.
Same again, Cymru, let's go! Seconds! Let's go, Cymru! Let's go, Dons!
Crouch! Bind! Sit!
Perfect attacking platform for Ireland, and it's Wafer takes responsibility herself. Well, she's had some game statistically, but she won't score many easier tries. If a Wafer went blind, walked over the try line, the game is safe. We already knew that, but that just confirms it.
That was a big short side, wasn't it? There's a lot of work there, a lot of space for Karis Cox to try and cover. As Wales were putting so much effort into that scrum. You see Kate Williams on the left-hand side of the screen there. She couldn't quite rip away from that scrum as quick as she would have liked to have been able to have helped out the winger, but take nothing away from Wafer. That was a strong pickup. Really good 2-3 metre acceleration got her over the line.
Conversion is successful.
Okay.
Wales 14.
They're enjoying themselves. I would think they may be the French supporters. That's how it gets anyway. Eve Higgins with some fancy footwork.
Hold here.
To dig herself out of trouble.
Hold green! Hold green! On now. Pull this on.
Let's see what Jasmine Joyce-Butchers can do in space. She's allowed to get back up because she released the ball.
Tackle! No, the ball is available.
George Evans. Run into full force of replacements who have made a big impact for Ireland already.
Offside in the 10 metre.
Yeah, no words needed, Philippa.
Yeah, really frustrating times. You can just see they're being really penned in. The pressure is constant from Ireland, and at the moment Wales don't really have an answer for it.
15.
Hey, lady, in the field, number 15, Jasmine Joyce, and she's replaced by number 23, Catherine Richards.
Catherine Richards replaces Jasmine Joyce Butchers. Wales having to defend again.
Sec's good. Sec was immediate.
The referee's happy with the way that was brought down. And it was knocked on.
Unplayable, taken in by Green. Bridgestrom. Oh, sorry guys, Matt's actually here.
Catherine Richards on the wing for Wales. So we inevitably start looking ahead. Grand Slam showdown between Ireland and France. England and France. Ireland looking to finish third against Scotland, and wooden spoon match between Wales and Italy, because Wales will not be coming back from here. But they can get some points, some losing bonus points. Cox. This time she stays on the field of play. Kira Bevan. Fleming. Tiki George. George Evans. Turnover.
No advantage.
Referee was playing advantage. So despite Haney's turnover, we'll be coming back.
Collapsing. Collapsing in the scrum. Okay.
They're blocking now, they're taking a certain deep.
Okay. I was happy with this, but I will keep an eye out for it. Okay, bring them on.
See, have you here?
Okay.
Philippa.
Time's off. Number 1.
Difficult day at the office for Wales, wasn't it? That bright early start, but couldn't really capitalise on that momentum, and you could just saw Ireland slowly strangling Wales, taking control of the game. They literally have played twice as much, twice as many carries, twice as many passes, and for Wales, they have made twice as many tackles. So a real defensive effort from Wales, but that's tiring, and it's taken the effect on the team.
Maisie Davis into the action.
Okay, that's 1.
Kira Bevan. Lisa Neumann. Catherine Richards. No way through for her. There's Maisie Davis.
No, ball is available. Hold red. Oh no.
Flood, Stacey Flood, Ireland. Injecting some ambition into this game. Marshalled the Wales defence comfortably. And now they turn to their armoury, including Aoife Wafer. Approaching the final 10 minutes.
Tackle!
Nice work from Wall, knocked on from Flood.
Knock on. Okay. Yep. Okay. Time's off. Number 9.
Scott Beeman will be very, very quietly pleased.
Yeah, I think he will be, you know. It's been, like I say, the way that they've regained control in this game, I think is part of their development. They've shown they've got good defence, good attack, but it's can you handle a game? Can you manage a game? Can you figure a game out? They've worked out quicker than Wales did what was working for them, and they kept going at it. I think they've shown real control in this game.
Crouch. Bind. Sit. The ball's come out the same tunnel. Reset, red scrum. Thanks, you guys. Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Sean Jones watches the scrum crumble, fold, and the referee points in the inevitable direction, and Wales again turn and run backwards into their own half.
Their tackler rolling into her now.
Okay.
Can we look at that?
Okay, thank you.
10 to go then.
Charlie. Ball is available.
Sean Jones, who's replaced Kira Bevan. And that's a neat and effective kick by her, and relieves some pressure.
Okay. Time's off. 6.
Italy next for Wales
Number
in
6.
Parma next Saturday. Deja vu, really, compared to last season. And for Johan Cunningham, Sean Lynn. And he's a popular man, Sean Lynn, as Arlo Pierce comes on. Well respected, well liked, but he'll start needing some wins soon, Philippa.
Yeah, look, he's just going to need some more time, isn't he? He came in 4 days before the start of the Guinness Women's Six Nations, but like you say, he is a proven coach. He's won the PWR, the Premiership Women's Rugby title with Gloucester Heartbeat 3 years in a row. No other team has done that, so he knows his stuff. Well, the players really like him. He just needs a bit of time. And this being a World Cup year, he'll get that time now through the summer.
Ireland to Dorothy Wall, who's on a hat-trick. The striding lock. No arms tackle on her from Thaiki George. But Ireland are cruising, and Ireland have blown it. Well, you can afford to do that when you're up by 40 points to 14. But Stacey Floods will want us to burn this highlight tape.
Yeah, and Stacey Flood, you know, one of those Sevens players that we were waxing lyrical about, really skillful player, would catch that all day long. Oh, she'd be gutted about that. That is actually their 12th handling error in this game for Ireland. So all the good they've done,
I'm standing this side.
You could argue they've certainly left 1 or 2 out there.
Max Harlan here.
Yeah.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
George Evans did very well. She was on the back foot. Thaiki George, Wales play with fire. Kate Richards will not thank her for that. And you have to admire the ambition, but also one thinks they need to get the ball off the field here. Which they do. Ambition for the man.
Well, hey, you know what? The game's gone, hasn't it? They were trying to get on the outside edge. They've obviously, you could see there, the backfield player for Ireland is a little bit deeper behind the defensive line, so there could have been an opportunity to run it and try and get onto the outside edge. I personally, when the game's gone, I haven't really got a problem with that. Go for it, try and score, try and get something.
Maul.
Aoife Wafer
Sorry.
Good hit, referee.
Guys,
Good hit.
That's my bad. I got in the way. It is green scrum. Okay, so it's actually a forward pass, so it will be a red scrum. Okay, guys, let me explain this. I did get in the way. However, it was a forward pass, so it will be red scrum.
So it's not my fault,
It
that's
still
what
is
she's
a forward
saying.
pass. Okay, red scrum. Thanks, Timbo.
Sean, how was?
No, so it was a forward pass still. I did get in the way, but the pass was thrown forward, so it is a red scrum. Guys, we know you're not the captain. Okay?
Miss.
No, time is off. Thank you.
I might also suggest that it was forward pass because they're trying to avoid passing into the referee.
No, so I did get in the way. However, the ball was first thrown forward. So it
Anyway.
was a red scrum. Okay. I acknowledge I got in the way though. All right. Let's play.
Oh, there we go then. A
Time's
kilometre in distance made by
Thanks, Timbo.
the Ireland team. And it's fair to say they've it's not been an
Crouch.
star performance by them either, Philippa.
No, absolutely not. We referred to the handling errors, didn't we? They've definitely left probably 2 or 3 tries out there, so room for improvement for them. But when it's counted, they've built the scoreboard and they've dominated Wales and really shut them down. So credit to Ireland for that.
Out in the full by Sean Jones.
Today's match attendance 3,560.
He's only got 5 minutes left to suffer this. A lot of work to do, Philippa, a lot of work.
Yeah, certainly so. This isn't where any of those Wales players would want to be, certainly not where the management would hope Wales to be. But like I say, he has only just come into this squad, so lots of room for improvement, but lots of talented individual players there to work with.
Nice, smart angle by Claire Bowles. Ireland playing within themselves and also making errors. So, right, 4 minutes to go. Philippa, your play of the match, please.
Okay, for me, there's been some really good performances from this Irish team, but you've got to acknowledge Aoife Wafer, that player there with the red scrum cap. Absolutely everywhere. Work rate personified. That is the Guinness Women's Six Nations Player of the Match, Aoife Wafer, and what an exciting young talent that we're going to have on our screens for many years to come.
And there'll be some arguing who'll say, well, maybe the eye test doesn't quite match it. Well, statistically, there you go.
All right, let's play,
Argue
please.
with that if you want. 24 carries, 173 metres made for a back rower.
Just to put this into context, she has made single-handedly as a forward more metres than any of the Welsh forwards put together.
Yeah. And there's more to come. There is more to come. I suppose it's time to ask, how far could Ireland go in the World Cup this year?
Well, that's the exciting thing, isn't it? They're certainly being ambitious. I was talking to Fiona Cloughlin, who's here on comms, working for the Irish media, former Irish captain. And they're going to be ambitious. They've got the IRFU supporting them properly now. They've got fantastic individuals. They are in the same group as the current world champions, New Zealand, but they have beaten them recently, so they're going to be going into it confident.
And why not? Why not when you can play within yourself like they have today and not sparkled and shone Yeah, got a very, very, very easy win against a Wales side who just don't know how to.
Yes, that's a great gap, guys.
Game has long gone for Wales. Ireland do a little sneaky one at the front. Bethan Lewis on the wrong side. But Ireland allowed to continue. Turnover, Abby Fleming.
She's first on the ball.
And she's stolen it. That's what Wales wanted, what Wales needed. Some respite and the opportunity to survive another 2 minutes. Well, they've enjoyed, and the supporters, not a single one has left yet.
9.
And they
won't have that again.
had plenty to admire in terms of endeavour, effort, and of course, the sunshine.
Yes, correct. Thank you. Guys, taking a step, take a step. Coming in. Maul, down by your own player.
90 seconds left of this one.
Funnage.
And Wales took the lead after 7 minutes through Caris Cox. There was hope.
17 entry.
But since then, it's been mostly one-way traffic. And defensive effort has been heavy, very heavy.
Thank you.
Into the last minute, how do you summarise Philippa Tatiad?
I think Wales once again opened up really well, full of intent, played with some great intensity in that first half. But you have to say Ireland are just a cut above. Their power game, their carrying game has just managed to take hold of this game. They put the pressure on and Wales haven't been able to break it.
Caris Cox, Llaki George, Hannah Jones, Lisa Neumann. Can they finish with a bang? Richards gives chase, ball beats everybody. And we'll have one last phase of action in round 4 of the Women's Six Nations.
That was a beautiful pass there from Hannah Jones, trying to get the winger into the play, trying to create something.
Numbers. 5.
You really feel like that try just before the end of the first half that Ireland scored, especially when they were a player down. That was the moment, wasn't it? That was the moment they really asserted their authority onto the game, and then scoring very quickly into the start of the second. And it was just too much of a mountain for Wales to climb after that.
Ireland could end this now.
18.
They know the clock is red. It's off the field. And it's quiet delight for Ireland. Another handsome win against Wales. They're on the right trajectory. Ireland are going the right way. For Wales, well, for Sean Lynn's class of 2025, see the class of 2024. They face Italy on the final weekend, looking to avoid a wooden spoon. It's been a win, a comfortable win for Ireland. Wales 14, Ireland 40.
Yeah, that's a disappointing scoreline for Wales. They were hoping for better. They were hoping they could be more competitive. Right then, who's going to sum that up for me first of all? Cecilia, you've been up with the Wales coaching team. They will be disappointed with the scoreline leaking 6 tries, won't they?
Yeah, definitely. I think we started off strong, but we didn't carry it on for the rest of the game. I think our penalty count was too high, so it's quite hard to win a game with 10+ penalties.
Yeah, that's the sort of That's the landmark, if you like, 10 penalties, isn't it? You aim for under 10 penalties. And Wales's discipline throughout this campaign has been pretty good, hasn't it? What else for you, Siwan?
Yeah, Wales' discipline actually for today was the best in the tournament. But yeah, today really playing in the right areas. How many entries into the 22? We spoke about it half-time. But secondly, I didn't see a stretch Ireland, so I can't count how many times we went over 3-4 phases. And in international rugby, you've got to change pitches in defence, and unfortunately today, Wales didn't strike to do that.
What about you,
Well, yeah, just to sum up Siwan's point, really, you know, they just weren't getting through the phase of attack, and it just says it all.